All right, Sistas fans, hope everybody is doing well. Now, despite the fact that the mid-season finale was anything but good, we're going to talk about possibilities for when the show comes back. I've already done a trailer breakdown, or I guess you could say an end credit trailer breakdown for the next episode, which unfortunately will not be airing until June 29th, entitled Goodbye at the Door. Now, I thought about it because, even though that promo only had a handful of scenes like Karen and Aaron at the salon, Q and Maurice in bed, Sabrina and Bio at the dance club, and what was the other one? Where Zach is talking with Fatima about the Heather Lee Jennings situation. And I was taking notes on the Danny and Karen scene from the episode, where Karen goes to Danny's and Danny gives her real advice, and then this woman, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get him back. I want to get him back. And it's like, what the hell? But I thought about the title of the episode, Goodbye at the Door. So I'm thinking that perhaps maybe Karen does go back to Zach's house, but again, the title being Goodbye at the Door is for a few things. Like, number one, now isn't a good time. I don't know for sure if Karen is going to get to Zach's house before Fatima, but I do feel like it's a possibility she won't get there until after Fatima comes back. Remember, I kind of joked around like, she looks a bit disheveled, like she's talking about how this is some BS. How can she take you to the court for this kind of bullshit, crap without any evidence that you're the father of this baby? And, Fatima's kind of, coming down from a emotional high right now, from busting the windows and whatnot at Hayden's ride. And this is why I'm really pissed off that we did not get the Fatima confronting Hayden and Gary scene in the mid-season finale, because remember, she's going to, she caught those two together, and who knows what that conversation is going to be like. And then she's going to go over to Zach's house, and we got the scene where, Fatima is being embraced by Zach. And I know for a fact that's when Karen's going to show up. Or I could be completely wrong and she doesn't show up or whatever. But the thing is that kind of throws this theory off is the fact that in the promo, what was the first thing we saw? Aaron and Karen at the salon, meaning that it is the next morning. Which makes me wonder, so does Karen get turned away at the door of Zach's house? And then she's still in this delusional, hey, it's Zach's baby, when she's talking to Aaron? Because believe it or not, like, if we're going to see this Karen throughout the duration of season 4, I don't know how I'm going to make it through it. Obviously I will, because I need the views. But I guess that's another reason why I'm glad we have a bit of an extended hiatus, because it's gotten to the point now where it's like, this shit crazy. Because if you go back to episode 8, what was the synopsis? The sister. That's the one where they had that face off. Karen and Fatima at the penthouse, and what is it? Karen delivers major news for the sisters, and Fatima becomes the casualty of war. There have been some people saying, Karen might be going off the deep end where she might try to hurt somebody because she's that lost in her own warped reality or warped perception of what's really going on between her and Zach. And remember, there are, I think a couple of episodes left in the season, or at least the synopsis, that talk about, Karen and Zach. Like, for example, despite episode 16, look closely, saying that Karen and Aaron draw closer, even though I really have no idea what that means. We go to episode 20, Inside and Out. And remember, episode 20 is like at the tail end of the season, because remember, there's only 22 episodes. Karen chooses to tell Zach how she genuinely feels. It doesn't matter. God. So I'm guessing that Karen does show up to the house, and I don't know if there's going to be some big blow up or argument, because remember, there's a lot going on. She doesn't know about Zach got arrested, learns that he, quote unquote, may be the father of some child. Fatima's, probably realizing, oh, damn, I just went over there and effed up Hayden's car and, pretty much forced my way into his house and threatened him and Gary. And now I got to deal with potential, legal ramifications of that. Then I just found out about you and this potential baby. And Karen is the last thing these people have time for right now. Fatima and Zach, this is not the right time. Remember, the synopsis is Fatima makes a rash decision that could have repercussions she's not ready to deal with. And again, we don't even know. Now, I could be wrong, but we don't even know if she took that bat and hit Hayden and Gary with it. We don't know. The photos just show, Fatima like pointing the bat in Gary's face, but it's just one of those situations where, yeah, she's made. Whoa. Look, I know people don't want to hear this, especially in the look, you either pick a side or don't have a voice in this conversation at all. Fatima and Karen are kind of similar in the fact that, in the same vein, that more often than not, they usually act before they think. But the argument could be made that Fatima usually does think things through, so it's the whole argument of, well, are we just seeing, her true self that she, talked about being crazy and whatnot, or is Tyler writing some sort of parallel? Like, again, Karen, you could argue at least, Karen really isn't listening to reason, and that's why she's all, emotional and crap and going back to Zach's house. And then in the other situation with Fatima, it's like, well, she didn't know all the facts at all. She just knew that Zach got arrested, and it was assumed, based on Hayden's thing about not being even yet, that, hey, guess what? I'm the one that did it. So I feel like what's going to happen is Karen is going to go over there and get her ass embarrassed. But the thing is, if she's going over there, she thought that Fatima lied about Zach not being home. So is Zach... I don't, because remember, Jake is going to, if I remember correctly, Jake is the one who's going to give, Jake's going to give him a ride home because he got arrested, so he doesn't have his ride. And Fatima gets back there. So if she thought Zach was there to begin with and Fatima lied, and then sees Fatima's vehicle there, then she'll know Fatima's there. So is she just going to roll up despite the fact that Fatima's there to try to get Zach? Look, I know. Zach broke into the hotel room and literally got into a fight with Aaron as he and Karen were about to have sex. But this is just... And Zach was stupid for that. Go back to my reviews for season 2. I said that was one of the dumbest things because it felt so forced. It really did. It felt so forced. But this is just asinine at this point because you could say what you want to about, well, Jeremy, Karen doing this and, well, Zach did that. But the thing about it is, despite the fact that Karen has always had a sharp tongue and been a bit of a bee most of the series, she's at least condoned herself with some form of dignity, as well as showing more intelligence than she is now. That's why I feel her character, if you will, of the past season and a half or whatever, it's been cringy because Karen is usually more solid than this. I'm not taking away from the fact that she's been through a lot of emotional ordeals since the first season, like having her life threatened many times and seeing somebody take their own life in front of her, and the list goes on. But I just don't think that Karen acting this way is a fair reflection of the Karen we've come to know for a majority of the series. And even if she does get a goodbye at the door and doesn't even get to come into Zach's home at the moment, she's still going to be in the now because she's still telling Aaron there's no way this baby can be yours. So that's really all I got to say on that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I feel like the Fatima who's dealing with a lot right now, I don't know if she's going to be the same patient and understanding Fatima we've seen up to this point with Karen, because I'm going to be completely honest with you, a little transparent. There have been times where I've been the guy that's like Karen in returns of, I can't understand why a girl just, either rejected me or they picked someone else. Yeah, I was a bit of a whiny bitch. I ain't gonna lie. But as I got, just brutally emotionally beaten from those experiences, I've learned that people don't owe you shit. Like, people don't give a damn. That's not to say there aren't understanding people out there. It's just that in my personal experience, I have never had a girl like, give me that proper closure. It's pretty much a, hey, I'm with this guy now and I'm happy. I don't care that you don't have the answers you want because I've moved on. And I feel like that's why I'm not as lenient with Karen, because I know from my experience that, well, you don't always get the closure and all you want, especially in her case where Karen is the kind of woman where it definitely feels like it's not over till I say it's over. And you for sure can know that, Zach. That's really what it feels like. And she feels cheated out on because Zach is like a new man with somebody else, but there's never been that moment where she said, hey, you know what, maybe I could have been a bit more kind. It's like, you know what, I put you up and I did this and I did that, but you always had that mentality of, well, I'm helping you out, but I deserve, this and that. It's almost as if it really shows that Karen didn't do anything for Zach out of love. But let me stop. This is why it's kind of disappointing. I was hoping we get more of a promo or a trailer, but we didn't. So I don't know. We probably won't even get one until May, but oh, well, what can you do? So thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I didn't even think I'd get a video this long from just looking at the title of the episode and saying, you know what? If Karen goes over to the house, then I don't know. This is probably what's going to happen. Goodbye at the door. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel.